So it's a bit past 11 in the morning on a Tuesday. We'll have a quick walk through the workshop and show you a few of the tools and machines, and I like to call toys, that I get to play with on the reg. So we got ourselves a nice little bandsaw that gets some pretty big steel chucked through it and cut to length. Does a good job. Also, if I'm doing some pipe work for like a stainless exhaust system, allows me to have a nice straight cut. We've got a few other things here. Nice little bender. I enjoy using this. Having a love for things mechanical, having the idea of leverage and using ratchet mechanisms to do a job better. Yeah, this is a bit of fun. So we've got some handrails here that we're in the middle of making. Yeah, getting some bends done, you know, nice accuracy. We're all about accuracy, aren't we? This is one thing that I'm going to be hanging off of a fair amount, is the linisher. This spits a fair bit of dust about, and some sparks also, so I have to see how this little guy goes with that. But you know, I'm on this all the time. I can't be taking the watch off just because I need to linish something. So you know, a bit of metal on here, see how he goes. Just your basic tools, a whole heap of stuff in there, you know, all my measuring gear, stuff marking out levels, that sort of gear. It's all pretty straightforward. I reckon he can handle that, you reckon? You know, they should be no dramas. Over here I've got my little TIG welder. I love this guy. I've been using it for a solid year now. It does a great job. It's AC/DC, which means I can do the aluminium, which will be, you know, those handrails over there are going to be getting welded in a minute. It's also a pulse TIG. It does all sorts of fancy stuff. You'll see this in action a fair bit. So yeah, we'll see how the mechanical goes with, I don't know if there's dramas with the electromagnetic pulses and all that sort of stuff coming out of this beast, but I guess we'll find out. Obviously the TIG torch here, nice little one. Good mate of mine gave me this head here, which allows it to be bent into lots of different positions, which is fantastic. The old TIG helmet. Now this is another one I'm going to be using quite a lot. It's my 5-inch grinder. I hang off these things for hours sometimes, doing all sorts of prep work and, you know, cleaning things up and getting stuff ready for welding and whatnot. So he needs to be able to hold on to that. That needs to be going, and we need to be able to do as much grinding as needed. Another one that I'm not too sure about is the 9-inch grinder. Now this doesn't come out very often. Obviously it's big heavy jobs where it does come out. So it's definitely in the arsenal. It sits up the back, but it does need to be used from time to time. Now I'm not sure that hanging on to the end of this with the mechanicals going to be the greatest idea. So we'll have to find out. Another tool that gets a fair bit of use is the old rattle gun. This is great. Takes off my wheels basically. It's what I mainly use it for when I'm working on the cars. Taking wheel nuts on and off. It does have like a pretty savage rattle motion, hence the name rattle gun. I don't know if he's going to appreciate that. You know, bang, 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 lots of rattle, lots of vibration. I guess one saving grace is I mainly use this tool with my right hand, and old mate Watchy here lives on the left, so that shouldn't be a drama. Same thing, I can't be taking the watch off just to be using my rattle gun. Wheels need to come off, and they need to come off quick. So we'll see how that one goes. And then the old Sawzall, it's in the name really. If you get stuck, this is the tool that comes out. This thing is savage. It goes through anything and everything quite quickly. Same as the old 9-inch. Doesn't come out very often, but when it does, it gets the job done. That's a really quite extreme back and forth. These also are known as reciprosaws, reciprocating. So it has that really hard back and forth reciprocating force. I don't think the watch is going to appreciate that. So I want to see this little guy succeed. I'm not here to have him just get absolutely thumped and just smashed around just for the sake of it. So, you know, I know it goes against a bit of what we're doing here with the experiment, but perhaps just being a little bit smart about removing the watch when I'm on these bigger, heavier tools that I'm not using on a daily basis. You know, let's be a little bit smart about it. Let's have a little bit of mechanical sympathy. For example, let's not strap it to this and see, oh, what can that hold on to while I'm like cutting through this and through a bench and you know, I'm not going to be a complete idiot. Not a complete one anyway. Now this is Ralph's lathe. I'm just borrowing it off him for a little while. He's an absolute champion and gave this to me. Being a fitter and turner, having an access to a lathe is a must need. I can't function properly as a human being if I don't have this machine available to use at all times. I love machining, love making lots of cool little bits and pieces. This is what we've currently got on the go here. Some aluminium bushes for a cross member, actually in a Mark II Corona. Bit of a rare car that we're doing for a mate. And what we're doing is we're replacing these big soft rubber bushes that hold the entire front end on, and will actually make steering input really vague and not very racy. So yeah, we're swapping it over. If you have a look down here, this is the OEM setup here with the rubber bushes all flapping about and moving around, and we've gone to the solid alley option. So yeah, this will be getting used with Mr. Seiko here. We'd be doing a whole heap of machining. Alley, we've got to finish these off. We're just taking a bit off the top, so that's happening fairly soon. Another tool I'll be using for my 20-ton press. Now, things you're not going to see on this website is stuff like this. Oh, let's put a watch under a 20-ton press and then smash it to pieces to see what happens. I mean, it's not what I'm about. I'm actually on this guy's team. I want him to last a very long time. I want him to, you know, I want to be making these videos in 10 years time going, hey, check this out, little Seiko 5's still going. So the experiment isn't just about blatant gratuitous violence just to smash things to pieces and, you know, just push stuff beyond its limit. It is to see if it can handle a mechanical workshop and the things that I'm doing in here, but at the same time, you know, being smart about it. For the majority of the internet that needs that gratuitous violence because they've been so desensitized over the years and just need to watch complete destruction just to feel, you know, actually feel something in life rather than nothing. There are other channels to that. Go check them out. But this one's not for you. We are going to be slightly sensible about it. So that was a quick look around the workshop to give you an idea of a few of the things that we're going to be using along the way. There is a lot more that I haven't shown you, which, you know, stay tuned and you can see a bit more. And I'll use them and film them, and you guys can check all that out and, you know, see what it's like to, what happens in the day in the life of a fabrication workshop. It is a working workshop, you know, as much as I'd love to have it absolutely spotless and, you know, things everywhere for the old Instabook to get more likes and be famous on the internet. You know, I've also got work to do, so it ain't pretty. I'm getting the job done. I do try to stay on top of it, believe it or not. So yeah, that's just a quick look around. Thanks for everything.